So Sonic Frontiers The Final Horizon is right around the corner, and I want to talk about a few things I'd like to see in the new update just before it releases. If you have any ideas of your own, be sure to comment them down below, and whilst you're down there, leave a like. I think everyone can agree with me in saying this, but I want a true final boss. From the trailer it looks like we'll get that. Anyway, this would involve you playing as Super Sonic, fighting with Sage and the Titans alongside you. Kind of similar to Perfect Dark Gaia with Super Sonic and the Gaia Colossus. Sage and the Titans could have their own health bar, so maybe you'd have to manage protecting your allies as well as trying to damage the end. Super Sonic 2 is already confirmed from the first trailer, however I don't want this to be a permanent upgrade, because I feel like it might devalue Super Sonic itself, especially when we revisit older games, as Sonic fans love to do. Turning Super Sonic is always a hype moment, and getting to the final fight against BioLizard, Perfect Chaos, Solaris, or any other Super Sonic boss fight in the series might feel less special, knowing there's a more powerful upgrade now. Instead, let it be a unique, temporary state. I'm thinking kind of similar to how Dark-Spine Sonic is in Sonic and the Secret Rings, or Excalibur Sonic in Sonic and the Black Knight. However, I do want the current Bullet Hell final boss to stay. It was a fun challenge, and seeing it completely erased would be a shame. Maybe this could be added to the extras menu as a reward for beating the main story. Sonic Riders music is sorely lacking in my opinion. I would love to see one vocal theme at least added into the jukebox. Whether it's Catch Me If You Can, either variant of it, Ungravitify, whether it's the original or the Crush 40 remake, Sonic Speed Riders, free, again either variant, I don't care. They're all high energy bangers that would be great to run around the open zones to. Add in some level themes at least. Imagine running around Ares Island with Dark Desert or the Gigan Rocks in the background. That would be incredibly cool. Whilst we're on the topic of riders, this isn't something I necessarily really want or even expect to see, but if you could have a customizable option to change the skateboard in the cyberspace levels to extreme gear, that would be awesome. Also, being able to enable the skateboard in the open zone, again, I don't think it would happen, but it would be really cool. There's nothing wrong with adding more maneuverability in a Sonic game. Give us more options to explore, more ways we can express ourselves when we run around the world. Not only will we then be mixing rail launching, the spin dash, drop dash, but we'll also have the skateboard. Because why not? It's already there. Going back to the jukebox for a minute, Sonic and the Secret Rings also has an incredible soundtrack that I feel is underrepresented at the moment. I would love No Way Through or Unawakening Afloat, but even better than that would be High and Broken. I already get Levitated Ruin vibes when running along the trails left behind Squid and Wyvern, and I truly believe Sonic and the Secret Rings has one of the best soundtracks in the series. Yes, I am Sonic and the Secret Rings' biggest defender. The dream would be to have some tracks from the Sonic Symphony included. I really wish for the opportunity to listen to these songs without also just having to have YouTube open in the background. Another way to do this would be to have a CD or vinyl release of the original symphony which premiered on YouTube. Please, Sega. Please. I want to see the jukebox at least doubled. There are so many iconic, memorable tracks in the Sonic series which Sonic Team have instant access to, so it would be an easy thing to add, and a shame to not to. I'd like for each character to have dedicated levels in the cyberspace, as well as being playable in the open world. I think Knuckles and Amy could play similarly to how they do in Adventure and Adventure 2, so I really have no notes on how I'd like them to play. However, I feel Tails would definitely need a bit of tweaking. If he were to have his flight, it would trivialize the platforming and scaling the open zones too much. But removing Flight is stripping him of one of the most iconic traits he has, so I'm a bit unsure of where I feel regarding his flight situation. In the poster uploaded to the Sonic social media pages, he seems to be wielding a weapon, so I wonder if we'll see gameplay akin to the Ratchet and Clank series. I'd be fully on board with it, not only because I'm a Ratchet mega fan, but also because it will be an opportunity to revisit the gunplay which Shadow the Hedgehog introduced to the series. Not only would it be paying homage to it, but also improving upon it. Small things like strafing and aiming reticles would go a long way to making the gameplay feel more satisfying and not feel like guesswork. I will fully disclose I have not played Update 2. I wanted to save it for around a week or so before Update 3 drops, so maybe there has been content added to Rhea Island, I just don't know. Anyway, I think Rhea Island is where a lot of the new content with Tails, Knuckles and Amy will reside. After all, it's where they return to cyberspace to save Sonic in the base game. It would make sense to have to do missions with those three characters stuck in cyberspace whilst on Rhea Island, before moving to Oranos Island. I hope I pronounced that right. Do not require a new save file or playthrough to access the new content. I don't want to go through 10 hours of gameplay again to experience the new stuff, when that's the reason I'm booting up the game again. Either have an option to copy my save to another file and restart on that one from the point of the new content, or have an option in the open zone to activate the new content through certain conditions that need to be met. Most likely this would be on Uranos or Rhea. I'm sure a lot of fans will be happy to replay the game anyway, but once the update is installed, we're booting the game for exactly that, the update. So don't waste any time getting to the new content. Just put all your cards on the table straight away, instead of batting us around like a cat with a spider. Overall, I think we're going to be looking at about 2 to 4 hours of content here. I'm estimating about 1 hour maximum with each new playable character, and then the new improved final boss fight. The update is free, so it isn't going to be mega long, or probably not even half as long as the game itself. And whilst 2 to 4 hours might seem short, just think that's the same length as a playthrough of Sonic Forces. And sure, that is a short game, but this is a free update. These are my wishes for Sonic Frontiers The Final Horizon. Let me know what you think of my ideas, and if you have any ideas of your own, be sure to leave them down below. I'd love to read everyone's suggestions. If you enjoyed the video, then be sure to like and subscribe as well. This is my first discussion-based video, and I'd like to do more of these. With all that being said, thank you for watching and have a wonderful day.